Have you ever had that strange feeling that, when you look into the mirror, you're not truly alone? As if behind that glossy surface, something else is there, an invisible yet undeniably real presence, watching your every move, every expression you make. You're not just seeing your reflection. You're seeing something beyond it, something that seems to come alive, as if the mirror were a gateway to another world, a space where reality and the supernatural meet. It's that unsettling moment when what should be a simple image turns into something disturbing. You feel a consciousness there, an awareness that responds to your gaze, a shadow that doesn't belong to you, but is there, still, silent, waiting. And the more you try to understand it, the more this feeling grows, as if an ancient, dark secret is about to reveal itself right before your eyes. Get ready to uncover what many have never noticed, what truly lies in the silent presence of the mirror, and why perhaps this presence doesn't just want to be seen. It wants to connect with you. Since the earliest times, the mirror has always been far more than a simple object to reflect our image. In countless cultures around the world, mirrors carry a mystical and powerful meaning, seen as true gateways to other dimensions, invisible spaces where the world of the living and the spiritual realm intertwined. In ancient times, civilizations like the Egyptians, Chinese, Celts, and indigenous peoples believed mirrors could trap wandering souls, serving as both protection and prison. It was a common belief that breaking a mirror could release a spirit or unleash something supernatural. To them, the reflective surface wasn't just glass and metal. It was a threshold between parallel realities. Moreover, in many traditions, mirrors were used in rituals to communicate with the beyond. Wizards and mediums would gaze into them to see the future, summon entities, or receive messages from the afterlife. This connection between the mirror and the invisible, the spiritual, the unknown, makes it both a source of fascination and fear. The mirror, then, is not just a tool to see ourselves, but a portal, a gateway that can reveal or conceal presences that inhabit a parallel reality, where mysterious forces watch us and at times even attempt to communicate with those who dare to stare into their own reflection long enough. Many people have experienced unsettling moments in front of a mirror where what they should see doesn't quite match what they feel or do. There are countless reports of reflections that seem to have a will of their own, that don't just mimic our movements, but appear to act independently, as if trying to communicate something or deceive. Have you ever noticed a gaze in the mirror that didn't feel like yours? Eyes that stare back with a cold, empty intensity, or even with malice while you try to keep a calm expression. Sometimes the reflection lags for just a second, as if disconnected from your body. Or worse, it makes a face you never made, a smile that never crossed your lips, a grimace of pain or anger that doesn't belong to you. These small distortions, no matter how subtle, are classic and deeply unsettling signs that something else is there. In many spiritual traditions, such phenomena are seen as manifestations of a spiritual presence inhabiting the mirror, an entity that may be watching, influencing, or even attempting to take control. When the reflection starts to act on its own, it's a warning sign. It could be the beginning of a demonic obsession, a spiritual interference trying to invade your reality through this fragile portal we call a mirror. This is not just the mind playing tricks. Many who have experienced it say the mirror becomes a battleground between the physical world and dark, unseen forces. Stay alert. The reflection you see may not really be you, and that difference could be the sign that something much greater is watching. The mirror, beyond reflecting our image, can function as a channel, a true window between the visible world and the spiritual dimensions. That's why many invisible entities take advantage of this opening to try and connect with us, seeking a way to manifest in our physical plane. These presences, often silent and imperceptible, use the mirror to observe, to study, and sometimes to attach themselves to whoever is standing before it. Unlike other manifestations, which can be loud or violent, mirror-based activity is subtle, almost unnoticeable, yet extremely powerful. Because mirrors are present in nearly every home, they become the perfect target for discreet spiritual attacks. An entity can slowly infiltrate, taking advantage of moments when we're vulnerable, late at night, when we're tired, distracted, or emotionally fragile. It uses the reflection to create an invisible connection, a link that can slowly drain our energy and make us more susceptible to negative influence. This kind of attack is quiet and visible to the naked eye, but deeply destructive to those who suffer from it. The entity might communicate through small gestures in the reflection, create subtle illusions, and gradually intensify its presence until the feeling of being watched becomes unbearable. That's why it's vital to understand the mirror is not just a common object. It's a passageway that can be explored by forces we don't want to face, and its influence can be real, deep, and terrifying. There are certain signs that, when they appear, cannot be ignored. They indicate that something beyond your own reflection is present, that something is watching you through that glossy, seemingly harmless surface. Have you ever felt that sudden chill, that cold shiver crawling up your spine the moment you look at your reflection? That instant discomfort, with no logical explanation, could be the first sign that a presence is there, silent, but very real. It's not just a fleeting chill. It's a deep sensation, as if the very air around you had become heavy, charged with a strange and unsettling energy. Another classic sign is the quick, fleeting movements that appear in the reflection, but vanish the moment you try to focus or look directly at them. A shadow passing behind you, a faint silhouette hiding at the edge of the mirror. These could be subtle, almost imperceptible manifestations of an entity trying to reveal itself, even if only for a second. And then there's that disturbing feeling that something is behind you, right there in your peripheral vision, but when you turn to look, nothing is there. The room is empty. Silence takes over. Everything seems normal. But the sensation lingers, intense and disorienting, as if something unseen is watching you. These signs may seem small, or even imaginary, but for those who experience them, they are clear warnings that the mirror may be serving as a portal, and that something or someone is on the other side, watching closely. Over the years, countless testimonies have emerged from people who began noticing unsettling changes in their reflections, accounts that go far beyond imagination and step into the realm of the unexplainable. What first seemed like coincidence or tricks of the mind eventually revealed themselves as signs of a much deeper and more disturbing spiritual influence. Some have said that while looking in the mirror, their reflections started acting strangely, movements that were too slow, facial expressions that didn't match their emotions, even eyes that seemed to follow them around the room in a deeply unsettling way. In certain cases, people began to feel a constant presence, an invisible shadow, altering their emotions, stealing their peace, and slowly invading their lives. Other accounts speak of vivid dreams where the mirror transformed into an open doorway, allowing dark figures to step through, figures that seemed to follow them in waking life, bringing fear, anxiety, and sleepless nights. Some even reported hearing faint voices, near whispers, coming from that once ordinary, harmless object. These chilling stories, shared by ordinary people from all over the world, reinforce a powerful truth. Mirrors are not just reflective surfaces. They are living portals, charged with energy, capable of connecting our world to dimensions we'd rather not see. These accounts serve as a warning. Don't ignore the signs, because the mirror may be more than a reflection. It could be a window into something you never imagined existed. Feeling that there's something strange within your mirror can be a terrifying experience. But it's important to remember there are ways to protect yourself and deal with this presence safely and effectively, the first step is to avoid staring too long into your reflection, especially if you begin to notice anything unusual. Prolonged eye contact can strengthen the connection with the entity, increasing the discomfort or even triggering more serious disturbances. Another key practice is spiritual protection before approaching a mirror. Say prayers that strengthen your faith, recite mantras, or speak words that bring peace and light into your environment. This can form an energetic shield against negative forces. In many traditions, faith is the most powerful weapon against spiritual invasion. You can also use coarse salt, a time-honored method for spiritual cleansing. Scatter it around your home, especially near mirrors, to help purify the space and break any heavy or negative energy that might be gathering. Other rituals, such as burning incense, cleansing herbs, or using holy water, are also recognized as effective ways to bring spiritual balance and protection. And if you ever feel that the presence is too strong or starts affecting your mental and emotional well-being, don't hesitate to seek spiritual help. Trusted professionals like priests, mediums, spiritual healers, or therapists who understand these matters can offer support, guidance, and intervention. Remember, the mirror may be a door, but you hold the power to close it. Through your faith, your practices, and your inner strength, you can defend your mind and soul to truly understand what may manifest through a mirror. It's crucial to know this. It's not the object itself that attracts such presences. The energy surrounding it. The mirror acts as a sensitive surface, capable of reflecting not only physical images, but also spiritual vibrations from the space in which it resides. If your home or the room where the mirror is filled with negative, tense, or unbalanced energy, those vibrations can draw entities that feed off that vulnerability. That's why keeping your spiritual environment clean is one of the most effective ways to prevent any unwanted presence from attaching itself, especially in reflections. Simple practices like periodic energy cleansing with sacred herbs, keeping your space organized, bright, and well ventilated, all help create a positive atmosphere, one that repels dark influences. The energy you cultivate in your home is your true shield against spiritual invasion. So, by protecting your environment, you are in fact protecting your life, your mind, and your soul. Because true protection starts from the inside out. The spiritual balance of your home is the first step. Before we end, I invite you to try a simple but powerful exercise. Next time you look in the mirror, don't just see your image. Pause, look with intention, and ask yourself, is that truly just my appearance reflected back at me? Or is there something more hidden deep within the silence of the glass? The mirror is not a simple object. It might be a portal, a window to the unseen, a place where silent presences hide, watching, waiting for the right moment to manifest. That presence may be there now, still and silent, but alive, and you may have never even noticed. When you look at your reflection with this new awareness, you might begin to see small details you never saw before. A different look in your eyes, a fleeting shadow, an unexplainable sensation. And that awareness might be your first step to protection of your body, your mind, and your soul. So next time you face the mirror, remember, what you see may hide far more than you ever imagined. Stay aware, keep your energy strong, and never underestimate the hidden power of that reflective surface. Because sometimes what appears to be just a reflection is the mirror of your own spiritual reality. Now more than ever, pay close attention to the signs your reflection may be trying to show you. Don't ignore that strange detail, that quiet discomfort. What seems ordinary may be hiding an unseen force, a presence that reveals itself in the most mundane things. Remember, the invisible is always closer than you think, and your awareness of it is your greatest protection. If you found this video helpful or eye-opening, don't forget to subscribe to the channel Activate notifications and share it with someone who also needs to understand what may be lurking behind the mirror. Until next time, and be careful with what your eyes can see and with what they can't.